In 1997, Enrique Iglesias was one of the sexiest men in Latin music. But he was more than just a pretty face. His first record had won a Grammy, and expectations were high for his follow-up. His second album, Vivir, shot to #1 on the Billboard Latin chart, and knocked his father's record, Tango, to the #2 spot.
I think my dad and my brother are very competitive. I can totally picture him telling him, hey, you got one or no one again. I'm 30, bro. You know? So let's see what happens.
We wouldn't talk for quite some time, and then I would get a call from my father, and it was like, oh, you know, well, you got your first #1, but maybe you got lucky. And it would just piss me off, but it was, until today, I don't know if he was doing that to push me, but it just motivated me to prove him wrong.
Their relationship was already strained, and Enrique hadn't seen his father in 3 years, when they were both nominated for Best Latin Artist at the 1998 American Music Awards.
For the first time ever, a father and son, Julio and Enrique, are competing for the same award.
It was a little strange for me, when being a few rows from me. It's probably not the most normal environment to see someone that you love so much and that you respect so much, and that you haven't seen in such a long time.
And the winner is Julio Iglesias.
I remember when he walked up on stage, I was sweating like crazy.
You know, when they tell you that your son is against you in competition, your brain's in another place because I adore my kids.
The whole thing was a little surreal.
And more than anything, to tell my son that as much I will be on a stage, as much I will compete with them.
The two did not speak face-to-face that night.
After the awards, I called him up and I just congratulated him.
I think the nomination means a lot for my kid, because it's a good lesson. He knows that he has to work a lot.
I felt like I wasn't competing with my father, maybe more competing with his accomplishments. I wanted to accomplish the level of success that he had accomplished, and more.
Enrique was determined to become an American pop star. He would find an unlikely ally in that quest when he met actor Will Smith.
I went to one of Enrique's concerts, and you just never heard this kind of sustained scream. It was almost like people were coming there specifically to scream. And like the girls were taking turns, yeah! And when she's getting ready to stop, she points to her girlfriend to take over, ah! It was like, damn! And I was like, I want this guy on the soundtrack.
Will Smith called me and wanted me to be in the soundtrack of the Wild Wild West. I just recorded the song by Lamos, so I sent it over to his office, and they fell in love with it. Although it's in English, it keeps the Spanish roots and has that flamenco feel to it.
Will's movie, Wild Wild West, came out in the summer of '99. And with Bailamos featured on the soundtrack, the song exploded. Coming hot on the heels of Ricky Martin's English breakthrough, Livin' La Vida Loca, Enrique found himself right in the middle of the Latin explosion.
I released my first English song ever. It goes straight to #1. So I was like, this is ridiculous. This is unbelievable.
In the wake of Bailamos, Enrique released his first English album in the fall of '99 after signing a deal with Interscope Records for over $40 million.
Enrique was pretty conscious of the fact that he didn't want to be labeled purely as a Latin artist. He wants to make great, enduring pop records.
Enrique's hit single, Be With You, shot to #1, and his album went platinum, turning the Latin lover into a bona fide mainstream star. But with that success came unwelcome scrutiny. Shock jock Howard Stern fired the first shot when he played a mysterious tape on his show.
All I need is the rhythm divine.
Howard Stern had this recording of some guy singing through a microphone, and they said that was Enrique.
Stern accused Enrique of not being able to sing. It started a media firestorm.
Howard Stern is saying he should give the Grammy back and killing the guy, and it's all over the news everywhere.
I was accused of being a fake, of not being me in my records, being someone else. That's what I was truly accused of.
Enrique met the controversy head on. On June 8, 2000, he sang Rhythm Divine live on Howard's show.
I looked at it like it was a perfect opportunity for me to be able to tell the truth.
He walks in there with a guitar, no rehearsal, no nothing. It was a simple mic, put it in your hand and sing. Cut through.
From the coast of Ipanema to the island of Capri, all the way to Guadalajara, I will follow you wherever you may be.
Wow. Well, you can sing. You can sing.
The gutsy performance changed the conversation about Enrique and drew a new legion of fans to his side.
Everybody started playing the song even more because everybody was talking about the song. So then the song became huge, and Enrique's career kept on going great. It was like it ended up being some type of help.
From there on, it exploded. It was like the next level of Enrique.
Coming up, Enrique finds his soulmate.
They were calling each other, and they started dating.
When Behind the Music continues.